Today we're going to look at this fingerprint magnet, which is called the Vinsoc XA Pro. Now, I've never heard of this brand before. This I purchased from 360 Souk. It was 343 reals, and we'll get into it and see if it was worth the money that I spent. So I just want to, again, like some of these other phones, I'm just going to read the spec on the back. So Android 6 definitely it is, I checked. 2.0 gigahertz quad core, it's not. 5.2 HD screen, well, maybe the full length of the screen is 5.2, but the actual screen itself I think is under 5. The back camera 13 MP and front camera 5. I think that's more likely 8 and 3. Dual SIM, yes. Wi-Fi, of course. Now I did confirm it does have 3 GB of RAM, and it is 64 GB, and the battery is saying that it's 3200 mAh. So is it worth it? Okay, well, first of all, I don't know what it is about gold, but I didn't order the gold color from 360. I ordered the blue, which I think would have been nicer. And they did call me actually and said that they didn't have any in stock, so at least I knew that I was getting the gold one. But I think the gold actually makes it look cheap. Which is a shame because it doesn't feel that bad in the old hand. It feels not bad at all, but the gold kind of makes it look a bit cheap. So the screen is a 1280 by 720, and it's actually not that bad. I have seen worse. And let me just open the Antutu, as I will check that. Let me see. Yeah, so anyway, it says it's an MTK 6580 and it's quad core, clocked at 1.3, and has a Mali 400. Now, Antutu and CPU Z are confirming that the RAM is indeed 3 GB. So what am I going to say? I think it is. Now, compared to the Mi 1 phones, which are only getting around 20 odds, this at least got above 25,000. So that was the score there. That overhead light will be shining a bit, sorry. But anyway, it was 25,232. So the phone actually feels quite nimble, shall I say. And I think if I got the blue phone, I'd have been really happy. Now, one thing that is really annoying, well, look at, you can see the bars round there, the black border. So, the border, if you take the border into account, then yeah, it probably is 5.2, but if you look at the actual screen, I think it's a bit smaller. So that's a shame, because if it had full screen, I think it would have been nicer. Now, it is a real fingerprint magnet. I'm sure the screen has no kind of coating on it. I don't think it even came with a screen protector on it, which a lot of them do, but fear not, because if you do decide to go for the Vinsoc XA Pro, there is a screen protector in the box along with a silicone back cover. Doesn't appear to be any headphones with it, but at least you've got something to protect your investment. Now, the battery life for this, well, I've been only using it a couple of days, and to me it's about the norm for these kind of phones, which was using the Wi-Fi, was about 8 hours, but I'm sure heavier use probably less, but you might be able to stretch it out a bit longer, obviously, if you can turn off your Wi-Fi, I suppose. Call quality actually wasn't bad, so I'm not really going to complain about it. It wasn't that bad at all. as you can see here, it's got like these grills down the at the back there. That's for the speakers, and this the sound from the speakers wasn't bad. Let me see if I can find something to give you a idea. Let's see. Okay, so oh, here it is. Sorry, I'm forgetting how to set my ringtones. Phone ringtone. Right, hold on. Is that on? That's on full volume. Not bad actually. It's okay. Right, one thing I will say is where the buttons are placed. I think it's not bad, but maybe this is the volume rocker here, and this is the power button on the opposite side as my Sony. But it's not bad. Maybe the volume rocker should have been up the top, I don't know. Of course you have at the top there the headphone jack and the thing, micro USB, which is kind of par for the course. It's not USB-C. Now, I didn't even check this button out, so let's see what this is. I think this is this button can be let me see if it does. I'm not quite sure if it will. Yeah, so the button here is dedicated button for your camera, so a lot of people like that. I have that on my Sony. Now look, I don't think the camera is 13 megapixels, more likely 8, something like that. But again, for taking snapshots on a budget phone, yep, it's probably okay, but don't expect the same quality as you would get on a very decent phone, because you're going to be disappointed. Now, one thing I did do, just out of interest, was download the Stubborn Trojan Killer. Okay, because a lot of these phones are coming with some kind of malware, and so this is the first app that I download. I scanned it, it didn't have anything on it, so hopefully it's clear of annoying kind of malware that might be downloading, you know, programs that you don't want, and just generally you cannot get rid of it. Like the last one that I had, that CCITP8, it's just impossible to get rid of. So it didn't come with, you know, anything like that, and it came with a few apps: Skype, IMO, Twitter, Facebook, and really not much else. And generally, when you're using the Android, let me just prove this to you here. Where are we? So there you will see is Android 6 Marshmallow. I wouldn't be, you know, hoping for an update, because, you know, this brand, as I say, I'd never heard of before. I'd seen it only on 360 Souk, and at the time when I was looking to buy a phone, it was I wanted to try something different, just to, you know, let people know that there's other brands there and see if it was any good. So, you know, generally, I think I don't think it's worth 350, maybe 300 riyals. It seems to be pretty nifty when you're using it. There's no lag. I feel quite happy with it. The size I like. I don't like the bars around the screen, or the borders, right, the black borders around the screen. That's a bit kind of, it's annoying. But again, it is what it is. I don't like this gold colour. I think the blue one for me would have been nicer. But anyway, it kind of looks a wee bit like a cross between Asus phone and a Sony phone. And maybe, I know that Sony have a model XA some kind of XA, so maybe they're just trying to kind of copy that style. It doesn't look bad, and you get 64 GB of internal memory, which is pretty decent, and also you will get your it seems to be an SD card slot, dual SIM of course. You get the 3 GB of RAM, it seems to be right. If I look at, I'm opening up here and I'm going to try and show you this, it's not easy to do it. So system, it's saying it's the same, okay, device, okay there, so we're seeing it there. I don't know if you can see it properly without it being the light shining on you, but it is definitely saying it's got it's a 1280 by 720 and it's 3 GB of RAM and 64 GB of internal storage with 47 GB available. I'm not sure where there's the other 14 GB. It's more than 14. Where is it? Seems a bit odd, but let me check in storage because that might not be reading it right. Storage here, where are we? Storage. Okay, so here internal storage is only like 2.15 GB being used, and so the 61, nearly 62 free. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty decent for the price point. What the hell, Smart Wake? Okay, so right, it's it says draw the O. Maybe I'm not drawing an O. Let me try that again. Did I do the right one? Wake up, slide right to music, slide left. Okay, capacity, wake up. Okay, I don't know, let me try it again. We'll try for the camera. Well, that don't seem to be working. Smart wake, but that could be me. I'll investigate that further. Come on. Come on. Right, so I've turned it on. Right. Then off. See. No, not working. Anyway, that don't seem to be working there. And who does that anyway? I mean, I've never used it, so I prefer the tap to wake, which this doesn't have. But I never used the drawing on the old screen to wake it up. So I noticed here that this is I can almost get this out with my nail. The SIM tray, it doesn't seem to be a great fit. But I suppose, so, and obviously with the SIM tray that you get the non-removable battery, so tough if you want to change it, you can't. So let me just open this here for you and let you see. Gold. Not even opening. It opened yesterday, but it wasn't that flush when I first got it. Let me see if I can, maybe it needs something smaller. Where did I open it? Oh no, I opened it with its own opener. No, that's not going to work either. In the box. Have I got anything else I can try? Oh, trusty, my trusty paper clip. So there you go. It's handily enough. It will take. It looks like it takes 2 micro SIMs and or one and a or nano SIMs with adapter and the SD card. Let's see if it fits. Yeah, I mean you can feel here it's not completely flush against the. I can feel the edge here, but I'm not going to complain. It's a budget phone, so that's about it. Don't think I've really got any. Oh yeah, Bluetooth. Yep, not bad. About kind of norm for these kind of budget phones, but it sounded okay on my Sony's. Sounded all right, so that wasn't bad at all. Anything else that I have forgotten to tell you? Again, I'm going to say this, and it's not that I'm endorsing 360, but 360 Souk, because I don't know them. I don't have. I just buy stuff there, But they have sometimes pretty decent deals, and the prices are certainly cheaper than Souk.com, and a bit cheaper. Not always, but a bit cheaper than King Souk. And for KSA, they usually come within the week. So, now the problem would be returning them. So I don't know if you would have an issue returning them. Now, a guy contacted me on Facebook, and I think it was about Mi One phone, if I can remember, when I was selling it, and he'd bought it from King Souk, and it had frozen, and it wasn't very old, and he said he could not get anybody to contact, and nobody would answer their emails. So I don't know. I've never had a problem with King Souk, but I've never had to return anything. I've only had to return stuff on Souk.com, and I didn't really have a big problem with that. It was done. So you would just have to see. Hopefully you'll not have a problem. Now again, when you're buying cheap unknown Chinese brands, there is the possibility that and it's usually a software problem, that it's going to freeze, and then your FUCK ED'd. So you just, most people who are looking at these unknown brands kind of know that that is the risk that they take. So I mean, it's worthwhile checking out 360 Souk. Check out King Souk as well, and Souk.com. Now that they're an Amazon company, maybe we'll get better deals. Who knows? So I can't think of anything else. If I haven't, if I've missed out anything, I'm sure somebody will let me know. So Vinsoc XA Pro, 350 from 350 Saudi riyals from 360 Souk. Can I recommend it? Okay, look, it's fine. It's not bad. I think it'd have been nicer with the colour, as I said previously. So at the moment, it seems to be working pretty okay, and it seems to have, other than the camera, it seems to have the specs. Well, certainly the RAM and the ROM is genuine. The cameras and the processor is obviously not. So that's it. Questions? You can leave at the bottom there, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I do plan on having a couple of other reviews before the end of the year, I'm hoping, and then we'll be into 2018. Wow, okay, so that's it. Bye.